Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Principal Madam, Government Degree College Zahirabad and DAV College Ambala, Haryana. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Good afternoon to everybody. Respected Principals of Government Degree College Zahirabad and DAV College Ambala, Haryana. RUSA Nodal Officer, guests of the webinar, and my dear colleagues and my dear all students. I welcome to all of you to this webinar on coronavirus COVID-19 Fighting Fear with Facts, jointly organized by Government Degree College Zahirabad and DAV College Ambala under the scheme of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, a Government of India program. And the main objective of this program webinar is to create an awareness in the people because day by day positive cases are increasing. In this regard, we have invited the eminent speakers to talk on this topic today. Now, I invite Principal Government Degree College Zahirabad, Srimati Dr. Chandra Mukherjee Madam, to give introductory remarks of this webinar. Srimati Dr. Chandra Mukherjee Madam, please.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you very much, Aisha Madam. Namaste. Good afternoon to India and good morning, Trinidad. I welcome all the people of India and Trinidad, all the distinguished guests, my fellow colleagues of Haryana, Principal, the EBSB coordinator, and all the colleagues of Haryana DAV College, my friends from different universities, from Nanded and from other universities who have joined with
मैडम की साउंड नहीं आ रही. Please, I am requesting to please mute all of you mute your mobiles, speaks, because we are facing.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Now you are audible, madam. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you very much for joining us. And Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat has been giving a platform through our CC website, Commissionerate of Collegiate Education, for our students to learn 21 languages at a time by just typing a word and then getting it translated into 21 languages. So from this platform, I would like to thank Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat and our Commissionerate of Collegiate Education. So today we are going to discuss about COVID-19, which is a pandemic, which is an ongoing global pandemic which is with connection with the coronavirus disease from 2019. The outbreak was first identified in Wuhan, China in December 2019, and World Health Organization declared the outbreak a public health emergency of international concern on 30th of January 2020 and a pandemic on 11th of March. As of 30th of June 2020, more than 10.2 million cases have been registered of COVID-19 and more, that is also in more than 188 countries and territories. At least 504,000 deaths have been registered. So based on the gravity of this situation, we all have thought of holding this webinar to create awareness among the faculty, among the students, and to share with Trinidad and our India the facts and position and how we have to overcome this coronavirus in a very tactful way. That is the idea by holding this webinar. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I'm really thankful to all the speakers who have given their consent to speak to this webinar, especially Bhisham Bhimul from Trinidad and Syed Saliuddin from Manu University. So I welcome all of you all to this webinar. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Now I invite Principal DAV College, Ambala, Sri Professor Rajesh Sharma ji sir to give introductory remarks on today's webinar. Professor Rajesh Sharma ji sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You are audible.
Yes. Good evening and a warm welcome to webinar on coronavirus and awareness program as a part of COVID-19 pandemic under the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat program. ESB as an innovative measure to enhance the bonding and understanding between two states, thereby strengthening the unity and integrity of India. Today topics: COVID-19 is a fact, fear is not a fact, is very timely and relevant. At global center stage, corona is one of the most widely used words worldwide, and the volumes of information and misinformation have caused doubts, fears, and panic among the public. WHO, World Health Organization, has issued guidelines to media: stick to the facts, don't spread rumors, and avoid stigmatize patients. Words matter. It is not a plague or an apocalypse. Today, mentality is talking over. People are letting emotions dictate their behavior instead of taking a rational approach. The need of the hour is not to be scared, not to be frightened, but to keep calm, be cautious, and let truth prevail. I strongly advise you to stay informed with reliable sources of information with others. Let us fight COVID-19 fear with facts. Together we shall overcome. We have expert talk by Dr. Syed Saliuddin on COVID-19. So many dear students, please embrace this great opportunity to learn from this platform. Once again,
Principal sir हो गए mute.
Please unmute. Aisha.
Yes. Sir. Srinivas Pothraju sir. Sir, please requesting Srinivas Pothraju sir, please. You please mute yourself.
Okay. Please proceed with the program, Aisha.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor Rajesh Sharma ji, sir, to give your introductory remarks on today's webinar. Thank you so much. Now I invite Madam, Government Degree College, Hyderabad, to introduce Dr. Bhisham sir, Bhisham Bhimul sir.
May I request others to please mute yourself, please. May I request mute cheskondi. Dayachesi mute cheskondi. Okay. It's a pleasure. Let me introduce Dr. Bhisham Bhimul. He is MBBS from Trinidad and Tobago. He has done his bachelor's in medicine and also in surgery. He is a faculty of medical sciences at University of West Indies, St. Augustine campus. Also, he has done his specialization diploma in family medicine, Department of Community Health. He is working hard and to revive Bhojpuri language in the Caribbean islands, and he is a regular columnist in the newspapers, especially a very prestigious newspaper in Trinidad, like Trinidad Guardian. So may I have our speaker, Dr. Visham Bhimul? May I have you, sir?
Hi, good afternoon to all of you in India. It's morning here in Trinidad. I shared the invite as well, so hopefully we have Trinidadians and Caribbean people listening. Thank you, Dr. Mukherjee, for the opportunity. And
thank you so much.
My talk today will focus on the impact of COVID-19, especially in the Caribbean, because Trinidad has a special story regarding the pandemic itself, and then, well, how globally this could be something that could be adopted, given Trinidad, as Trinidad as an example now. In Trinidad, the story of COVID-19 started on March 12th, and on March 12th we had the first case. Shortly after that, Trinidad started lockdown. All the schools were closed about 2 days after, and then shortly after that, all non-essential businesses were closed within 2 weeks. That saw environment within Trinidad and Tobago where the spread of the virus was thwarted. We have only had about 120 cases and 8 deaths since then. Trinidad and Tobago, after that, started opening its borders on about 2 weeks ago. We currently at phase 5 now, where all restaurants and businesses are open, but we are at 80%, but we still observe social distancing. So when you go out, you have to wear your face mask, stay a distance from individuals, regularly wash your hands, and so. There has been one hiccup where the bars have been open. So people have been going out and not observing social distancing. Also, after becoming intoxicated, they kind of not tend to observe that. So the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has made an announcement that if it continues, then you have to close back the bars. But I just want to now talk about the take-home messages from that. Because the virus seems, or internationally, would not just go away until we get a vaccine. Social distancing seems to be something that has to be practiced or continued. Well, it seems at least for the next year. There's an important take-home point there, because a lot of things in social distancing, be it wash your hands and put on face masks, regularly clean and disinfect high-touch areas or high touched areas, and stuff like that, are not new. Those are things that should have been observed whenever we had the seasonal influenza. Seasonal influenza in temperate countries is around winter time, but in Trinidad it happens more around February or Carnival time we have here, because a lot of the foreigners, be it from the US or Europe, would come to Trinidad around that time, shortly after they had their influenza, seasonal influenza. So it'll come to Trinidad around January, February. This should be something that should be observed during that time. What I have noticed, especially as a primary care physician, is that it's not. But now, with COVID-19, I think that more public health policies, as well as people being cognizant, would observe these things, because it has now become part of our social norm, and is to be part of our social norm for the rest of at least the next year. Coronavirus itself would also, I predict, become seasonal, just like COVID-19, just like influenza. So it would also be something to be observed. Flattening the curve also is part of that. In Trinidad and Tobago, yes, we continue to observe social distancing, even though things have gone back to normal. But the whole purpose of that is people not going out or interacting as much, because we're still limited in how many people could gather, especially at churches or government institutions. So that is all part of flattening the curve with social distancing. Travel is also something, at least in Trinidad, um, has changed. The average Trinidadian would look forward to going to a vacation, be it in Europe, Mexico, the US, and so. It was a regular thing, it's part of our culture. But the borders are closed and it's still closed. In phase 5, it is closed. So travel is not, that is not being practiced currently. We still have cargo, but people traveling from Trinidad abroad and vice versa is it's closed. Though we are trying to get citizens who are stranded back here in Trinidad, I mean, those are the exceptions. So that if you want to come back, you have to speak to the Minister of National Security and make that arrangement. One thing that was very noticeable because of the fact that travel was closed, as we open phase 5 and phase 6, we noticed that a lot of people doing staycations. Staycations meaning visiting places in Trinidad. Trinidad has a natural wealth of resources regarding nature, regarding history, and regarding culture. A lot of tours in Trinidad are centered around that, and you found not so much locals would have done it, but now locals are doing it because apart from staying home and being cooped up, when people want to come out now, that's what they start doing. The hiking industry after...
Hisham, sorry to interrupt you, but please tell me about the graveness of this coronavirus. We would like to know exactly about this coronavirus, how it has an impact, how does it infect people, and how we have to overcome, get away from this coronavirus. We would like to know about that because you're a doctor. So all of us would like to know about that.
Sure, no problem.
Sorry for interrupting.
So essentially, coronaviruses are not new to the world. Coronavirus, just like influenza, actually has is seasonal and is responsible for the common flu. Like influenza, coronavirus is aerosol or airborne, so that it is transmitted if a person sneezes or coughs, an infected person, close to or in the vicinity of others, so that it travels in the air and the other person might inhale. It would essentially exist in the droplets of that person who sneezes or coughs. If the person sneezes or coughs and they cough in their hand and they touch another area, then be it a doorknob or a tabletop, if you would touch that, if another person would touch it, it could be transmitted. Coronavirus, like influenza, happened, especially the COVID-19, because of animal husbandry. Because human beings, through civilization, now interact with animals for farming purposes, viruses are exchanged among humans and animals. How a virus works is it duplicates the genetic material of its host. So when a virus goes into animals versus humans, it duplicates that and replicates, and so it changes its genetics. As a result of changing its genetics, now it's a new virus or a new strain that humans may not necessarily be immune to, like the COVID-19. And that is why people can be affected by it. We also have to remember now, this new COVID-19 is more infectious, say, than influenza. The percentage or the mortality rate is now set at 2 to 6%. But influenza is much less than that, 0.01. So it is a virus that, if infected, because the influenza could have mortality, people die from influenza, but it's higher in COVID-19. What we also find is in COVID-19, it is more, it is spread faster. It is very infectious, more than the influenza. So those combined factors makes it a very dangerous virus. Dr. Mukherjee had spoken of the death toll as well as how many people are infected. When we look at Italy and England, what had happened is that unlike Trinidad that locked down earlier, these places did not. And as a result, because of the high infectivity and the mortality relatively high, it in these countries would have demonstrated how it could saturate or overwhelm the healthcare system, where the healthcare system can't deal with the total number of cases. And deaths are not only because a person would have suffered the complication of pneumonia or renal failure, but because in countries where the healthcare capacity has been overwhelmed, patients can't access these institutions, so that more patients would go into complications and die. The other factor to remember is that they are the vulnerable, those in the community who are more predisposed to getting complications of COVID-19. So this would be people over 60, people who are immunocompromised, like patients on corticosteroids, HIV patients, people who have chronic disease like diabetes, heart disease, hypertension. In Trinidad and Tobago, there's a very high population. Our chronic disease is of high prevalence and incidence. So that countries like these, if coronavirus is not controlled, say by, well, the measures non-pharmaceutical, which we are observing in lockdown, these persons could come and die to coronavirus. And I just want to emphasize non-pharmaceutical. Again, I go back to the social distancing. Social distancing, well, currently, at least in Trinidad, has seemed to be very effective in controlling the spread. In controlling the spread. So that, at least in Trinidad, we practice the social distancing even up to this point. I just want to say that now social distancing has become the norm, or what we practice on a daily basis. Trinidadians did take some time to get accustomed to that, but now everybody go out with their face mask and they go, and if you do have to go out unnecessarily, and a lot of people are still working from home. So that's basically a picture of how it could affect internationally using Trinidad and Tobago as an example.
Thank you so much, Hisham. Garima? Garima?
Am I audible?
Yes.
I thank on behalf of DAV College Lahore Ambala City and Government Degree College Jahirabad, thank Dr. Bisham for accepting the invitation and for his immense cooperation during the webinar. Dr. Bisham discussed the various aspects of impact of COVID-19, the mode of transmission, mortality rate, and how its prevalence in immunocompromised person, like person with corticosteroid, HIV patient, diabetic, hypertension. He also emphasized on safety measures and the importance of social distancing till the vaccine of COVID-19 has to be identified. He emphasized on hygiene. I again thank Dr. Bisham for his valuable information, for making all participants and us aware about the COVID-19. Over to you, Aisha ma'am.
Thank you, Garima. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Madam, requesting one thing, please. If Zoom disconnected, please join once again, because sometimes the technical problem, maybe internet occurs. Using same ID and same password, you can rejoin. Using same ID and same password, you can rejoin if any disconnected, please. Now I invite to Dr. Syed Salahuddin Sahab. Dr. Syed Salahuddin, he is working in Manu, an associate professor in School of Sciences at Maulana Azad National Urdu University, Hyderabad. He has immense experience in the field of research and academics. Before joining to Manu, he was working as a postdoctoral fellow at Stanford University, California, America. He was also associated with the University of Bern in Switzerland as a postdoctoral fellow. His major focus on area of research in early detection of cancer. He has distinctions and honors in research and teaching experiences. He published many articles in national and international major journals. We are glad to have Dr. Syed with us in this webinar. I welcome Dr. Syed to address the program webinar.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome, sir.
So, yeah. Dr. Mukherjee, Professor Sharma, and Dr. Bisham